You probably haven't noticed it yet. Not because you're not paying attention, but because whatever is happening inside your mind. It's subtle, it's quiet, and it feels almost normal. You open your laptop. You have a question. You type it into AI. And just like that, an answer appears. Clean, logical, instant. No struggle, no confusion, no frustration. It feels efficient. It feels like power. But what if that moment, the moment you let the machine think for you, is silently changing the way your brain works? Not in a dramatic, science fiction, robot takeover kind of way. In a much more dangerous way. A slow, invisible neurological shift. Because the human brain is designed to adapt. It strengthens what you use. It weakens what you ignore. Every shortcut you take, every time you avoid the discomfort of thinking, your brain is learning a new lesson. I don't need to do this anymore. And what we repeat becomes who we are. This video is not about technology. It's about biology, psychology, human behavior. It's about the silent contract you're making every single time you choose convenience over cognition. And by the end of this video, you might start to see your own mind very differently, because AI is not just changing the world around you. It's changing the world inside you. There is a psychological term for what most people are doing right now. It's called cognitive offloading. It means using an external tool to reduce the amount of mental effort required to complete a task. And on the surface, it sounds smart. Why remember if you can Google? Why think if AI can generate? But here's the part nobody really talks about. Your brain is not just a storage device. It's a muscle, and muscles that are not used do not stay strong. They shrink, they weaken, they forget their original purpose. Think about it. Most people today cannot remember even 5 phone numbers by heart, not because they suddenly became less intelligent, but because their brain was given permission to stop trying. And now, AI is doing to human thinking exactly what GPS did to our natural sense of direction. Before GPS, your brain had to visualize streets, remember landmarks, build a mental map. Now, turn-by-turn instructions. No thinking needed. Convenient, efficient, but something quietly disappeared in the process. Your brain stopped building those inner maps. And AI is now doing the same thing with your ideas, your writing, your problem solving, your creativity. Every time you ask AI to think for you, instead of with you, a mental pathway is skipped. And the brain, being a master of adaptation, starts to say, I don't help with this anymore. The machine will handle it. At first, it feels like productivity, but over time, it becomes dependency. And the most dangerous form of dependence is the one you don't even notice forming. Here's something most people don't realize. You don't just use AI. On a biological level, your brain is being trained by AI. Every time you ask a question and get an instant answer, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine. That's the same chemical released when you check your phone and see a new notification. You get a like on social media. You open a new email hoping for good news. You pull the lever on a slot machine. Dopamine doesn't care about meaning. It only cares about reward. And right now, AI is giving your brain one of the quickest rewards it can possibly get. Question, enter, answer, relief. No resistance, no struggle, no effort. Your brain starts to prefer that. It starts to expect that. It starts to reject anything slower. Reading a book feels boring. Thinking deeply feels exhausting. Solving a real problem feels frustrating. Why? Because there is no instant reward, no quick hit of satisfaction. So the brain does what it is designed to do. It chooses the easiest path to pleasure. And slowly, without you noticing, you begin to confuse speed with intelligence. You begin to confuse convenience with knowledge. You begin to believe, if it's hard, let AI do it. But here's the problem. All real growth happens inside the struggle, inside the friction, inside the discomfort of not knowing. If a machine removes all of that, what exactly is left for your mind to become? Imagine going to the gym and watching a robot lift the weights for you. You feel productive, but your muscles don't grow. That's not efficiency, that's illusion. And right now, millions of people are doing that with their minds. Let's make this personal for a moment. Ask yourself this honestly. When was the last time you sat in silence with a single problem and thought about it deeply for more than 30 minutes? No phone, no tabs, no AI, just you and your mind. For most people, that sounds almost impossible, and that is not an accident. First, Your attention. AI didn't destroy your attention span by itself. It joined an army. Social media, notifications, short-form content, constant information. But AI accelerated it. Because every time you feel even a hint of confusion, AI is right there, ready to save you. And slowly, your brain is learning a new rule. If it's difficult to escape, true focus requires discomfort. And we are training ourselves to avoid it at all costs. Second, your memory. Memory works like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The less you use it, the more it fades. Why should your brain bother remembering anything if it knows a machine can recall it instantly? That question is not philosophical. Your brain is asking it every day, and it is responding by letting go. Third, your creativity. This one is the most tragic, because creativity is born in silence, in boredom, in staring at a blank page, in thinking, I have nothing, but I must create something. But now the blank page is terrifying, so we ask AI to fill it, and it does, beautifully. But those ideas, they are not yours. And the more you borrow, the quieter your own voice becomes. Until one day, you don't know what your true ideas even sound like anymore. If a machine gives you every starting point, every sentence, every solution, where exactly is you in the final result? That is the question most people are afraid to ask. Here's the most dangerous part of all of this. There is no alarm, no warning sound, no dramatic moment where you suddenly realize, my mind is changing. It happens quietly, one shortcut at a time, one automated answer at a time, one thought you didn't have to think. Until one day, you sit in front of a problem and feel something strange, emptiness. Not because the problem is too hard, but because the part of you that used to enjoy solving hard things has been asleep for a very long time. And when the internet goes down, when the AI server crashes, when the battery dies, you don't just lose a tool, you lose the ability to move forward. That is the real threat. Not AI becoming intelligent, humans becoming dependent. But here is the part most people don't want you to believe. This process is not permanent. Just as your brain learned to rely on a machine, it can relearn to rely on itself. Neuroplasticity is real. Your brain reshapes itself based on what you do consistently, which means every time you choose to think again, to struggle again, to reason again, to imagine again, you are rebuilding something that technology tried to replace. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use AI without letting it erase you, how to work with it instead of under it, how to stay sharp, creative, and powerful in an AI-driven world. Until then, the most important question isn't, what can AI do? It's, what do I refuse to let it take from me? If you're still thinking, if you still care, type thinker in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.